So, my sister, the Destiny Swapper, or attempted Destiny Swapper, I had no idea. Like I said, all of this, like, spiritual warfare, all of this stuff, witchcraft, never believed in it, never knew a thing about any of it. It is only when all this started happening that I'm like, what is going on? And I started researching like what was happening to me. Of course, the Bible like opened my eyes to a lot of things. Destiny swapping, my sister, absolutely, absolutely, 1000%. Yes, 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 yes. She was always super jealous. Was always kind of like, this sounds really like prideful and arrogant. And I promise, if you know me, like, I'm not that. I promise you, I'm not. I'm super humble. But like, reality is reality. Like growing up, I was always in like, gifted and talented classes, stuff like that. Like I remember my first like standardized test in Texas when I'm like, maybe like second or third grade. I remember my sister got her results and she got like 70th percentile or something for the state, which is awesome. But then I got like 90 something percentile, like 95 percentile or something. And I remember how mad she got. Like, girl, it's a standardized test, like chill. So that was just kind of like how life was, where like she got married, she's divorced now, but like my family kept saying that her husband like liked me. And I remember her crying like, Kalisha can't be that much prettier than me, that my husband would like her. And just like, it was always kind of like this weird competition. It's like, I'm not in competition with you. I don't want your husband. You got what you got going on. I got what I got going on. Like, I don't really care. We weren't really close. She's 4 years older than me. It wasn't until she was getting divorced, actually, that we got super close. We didn't even live in the same state, but she called me crying about her divorce. I was like, there. And then we got super close and we talked every single day after that. And then I ended up moving to the DMV and she already lived there. So we got super close and hung out all the time. And we had kids that were around the same age. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. So we had kids around the same age. I had my first two kids in college. When I was pregnant with my second kid, she was married by then. She was trying to have a baby. And she couldn't get pregnant. I'm pregnant with my second kid. I'm 20. Her and her husband take me and Rob to like breakfast and asked to take our second kid. She's like, it's not fair that you're pregnant again. You are so young. You already have a kid. I want a kid. You should just let me have your kid. Who does that? Who does that? Who does that? Normal people don't do that. And it's like, so you want me to just like have my son there and act like that's not my son? No. And people are gonna wonder, like, especially like after I had my son, like my second son, you would not look at him and even think that he's black. Nobody even thinks he has a black parent. He is very, very, very fair skinned and he has very loose, like his curls are very loose. He has like a Jufro. So like nobody would even look at that baby and thought that that was you and your husband's baby anyway, because they don't even think that's my baby. Literally all the time when he was a baby, people would be like, whose white baby is that? Even now, like I said, people at his school, like he was like, I literally stopped telling people that I have a black mom because they don't believe me. And you wanted this baby. That's weird. It got even weirder. I mean, I can tell you example after example of is her literally like trying to become me. From I love like chandeliers, like crazy fun chandeliers and light fixtures. It's always been my thing. Like as soon as I get a house, I switch out like all the light fixtures and like chandeliers to like fun crystals and color changing. Guess who got the same exact chandeliers in her house? Guess who went and got the same exact dining table as me? And never gives me credit, acts like she like got it first. she was gonna like change, she was gonna paint her cabinets, and like low-key asked me what color. Like, she was acting like she already knew like what color she wanted to do yet, and she was like having this conversation with me, and stupid me was like, oh yeah, I've always wanted blue cabinets, like I haven't had blue yet. Oh no, I was thinking about doing blue anyway, and she painted her cabinets blue. Like, it was so crazy. Even Rob was like, your sister wants to beat you, don't tell her anything you're doing, because she's gonna do it, and then say she thought of it first. Stop. And that's literally everything I wanted. Everything I do, she would like go do it and then pretend like she like thought of it. And I'm like, girl, like, this is weird. And like, again, the witchcraft stuff, I didn't know. I don't know. But like, she went and got surgery. Like, she got her lips done. She got a BBL. I don't look like it now because I've lost a lot of weight, but I used to be like thicker. And how she looked completely changed. How she did her hair completely changed. How she looked completely changed. How she dressed. It became very eerily similar to me, so much so that like we never really looked alike. But after like she got divorced and completely redid how she looked, people would say all the time like, oh my god, like we can't tell y'all apart, y'all look so similar. It's like, we never have. This is weird. And what's even weirder, I don't even know how this is possible, so like if somebody knows anything about like witchcraft, I think she was doing like beauty magic and weird like stuff like that I don't know anything about. I'm not calling it weird, but like I don't know anything about it. I was in DC. Forgot who I was waiting for, but I just go to a restaurant and like sit at the bar and like have a little bite, have a little drink. And I'm just like talking to this guy, and he owns like a boat company, like a party boat rental kind of thing. And so like we weren't like talking like that, but he was like telling me about his business. So I was like, okay, I'll follow you on Instagram. Followed his business on Instagram. This is what's super weird, and this happened a few years ago, so it should have been like an indicator of like what was to come. So this happened. It had nothing. It was only me at this bar. My sister wasn't there. And then randomly, I never told my sister about it. It was just like a one-off. It wasn't a big thing. It was just a random man. My sister's friend rented that party boat like 3 weeks later or something, or like a month later. And the business Instagram, because I'm following this business Instagram, posts a picture of my sister and her friends on this boat. But you know what's weird? They tag me. Like, the business tags me as my sister. He didn't know that we were sisters. It was literally a one time I met this man at a bar, followed his business on Instagram. We never DM'd, we never texted, we never talked. I never said anything about my sister. I never told my sister about him. Nothing. Completely unrelated. How the hell does this man know? How does he how does he confuse her for me and tag me as her? That's weird. So I absolutely think she's doing I don't know about like cloaking in people's energy and things. Like I've heard about it kind of, but I don't know how it's done. But oh, she did something, because there's no way that I met this man and he tagged her as me. That does not make sense, and should have told me. Like, I feel like that was God like trying to say like, your sister's on something, your sister's doing something weird, your sister's trying to become you. That sister is now suddenly, I say they're having an affair. She's had several affairs with married men, so it wouldn't be, like one off, but my husband and her definitely, like, I already knew something weird was going on because if us three hung out, me, him, and her, he would only talk to her and he would like ignore me. And I kept bringing it up and he's like, "You're crazy." And I'm like, "I'm not. Y'all just talked for three," because I would do it intentionally. Like I would be quiet intentionally because I wanted to see how long they would talk and act like I didn't exist, and it would be like 3 hours. She couldn't decorate her house, and we go over there one day and he fully like decorates her downstairs for her. He cussed me out for asking him to do an accent wall for me. But you just decorated my sister's house and spent all day doing it. So yes, they were absolutely having an affair. After I left him, I pulled up at my house to drop my kids off. My sister's car was there. Just like my sister was defending him and saying that I was lying about the things that he had done to me that she knows full well that he had done to me because I had called her when it happened. And then months later, she's like, "You're lying, it never happened." So destiny swapping, absolutely. Trying to take my life, trying to like become me. Absolutely. Yes.